Trina. How you going, everybody? It is Friday, so that can only mean one thing. It is Finish It Friday, and welcome to Darvanalee Design Studio. Thank you, everyone, for joining me. I can see there's quite a few of you on at the moment, so thank you for taking time out of your evening or morning or afternoon, wherever you may be in this big wide world, and joining us for our live crafty chat. Alrighty, so if you're new here, hit that subscribe button and the little bell icon beside it, and don't forget to hit the like button if you like what you're seeing today. We've got a fair bit to get covered, and g'day Biz, how you going? Hey Nikki, how are you? Trina just responded to a comment for everybody that's wondering why I'm giggling. Trina left a comment in the comments just before we went live saying g'day mate, and then we had a little bit of a joke with her and just said, if you're going to talk Aussie, you got to do it right. So we've given her some pointers, so hopefully she'll be all good to go. Alrighty, so I can see a few of you are on, and as I said, thank you very much for joining us. Hey Anne, hey Biz, hi Andra. There was a little bit of confusion this morning with the time shift for everybody, so for those that don't know, I live in Queensland, Australia. I don't actually shift my time at all, so I stay at us Queenslanders, we just don't like change, so we don't have daylight saving time, and we just stay basically where we're at with our time. So everybody else sort of shifted around. I know that a few of you were watching at 7 o'clock. You're now watching at 8 p.m. Unfortunately, I can't bring it any earlier than that time because I've got kids and I've got to get them off to school. So this is what time you'll be watching while you're, I'm assuming, on daylight saving time. Biz is saying it's past her bedtime. I'm sorry to keep you up. Nikki contacted me this morning and asked about the time shift, so yeah, I will actually be putting up in the Facebook group and over in Stitch Talk as well. I will actually put up the new times and everything for everybody. I've just got to sit down and do it, and I just did not have time this morning. Little Em is getting her first school photos done today, so it was a bit of a mission to get her out the door and get her there on time. Alrighty, so as I said, we've got a fair bit to cover today. We'll be talking about some channel news, we'll be to have some viewer questions, of course we have our giveaway, and the ever red hot question, did I get the Finish It Friday done? Well, we'll go right into that now. So I had 14 coin purses. Was it 14? Yeah, it was 14 coin purses that I had to do this week. And with everything else that we've got going on, new videos going up, trying to get filming done so I'm covered while I'm away at retreat. And we've got the retreat at the end of the month. Yeah, so I have had a very hectic and busy week. Beck has been in the background cutting up kits and all that sort of stuff for us, so we're all ready to go once we get to the retreat, and I've been doing all the paperwork and all that sort of stuff. So I did manage to squeeze some sewing time in this week, and as I said, I had 14 of them to go, and basically I figured out, as I said last week, they were from when I used to do the markets, and they were just leftovers. So basically I got my little sewing boots on and I started sewing, and I managed to get all 14 of them done, completed, finished, ready to go in all the colors that were there. Now I did have some extra linings and all the rest of it, but in the spirit of Finish It Friday, I didn't cut any more fabric. I just used what I had. I even found the little tabs which weren't in the bag last week. So I even found the little tabs to so you can hang them on your bag, or I usually have in some of my handbags I put a little eyelet, and then I hook this in and it just has my change, or I can put my keys in it or something like that. So I got them all done, they're all ready to go, and yeah, so I'm pretty happy with that. It's another thing out of my UFO box, thank goodness, but it seems to be keep growing. I just keep finding things. Yeah. I'm so terrible. Like, I was sitting here today doing these and I was thinking to myself, and like thinking about what I was going to do for this week, because I need to keep it simple, because I'm, you know, I've got to do cooking and all that sort of stuff this week for pre-cooking and preparations and stuff more for the retreat. And I was sitting here thinking to myself, oh my God, I never finish anything. So I'm glad to get them out and they're done. And yeah, so I'll be giving a couple of these away today because I don't need 14 of them. So I'm going to share the love around with everybody. Yeah, and they're just a cute little coin purse. They're just, you know, basically open. I'm doing a tutorial on them, so you'll have a tutorial on how to make them as well. That'll be coming up in, I think I've got it down for April now. I just, off the top of my head, I've just got to trim a few little threads off it and then they're ready to go. So these will be the giveaway today, but I will ask the giveaway question a bit later. There'll be 4 to give away because I've got 4 different colors here. Actually, I'll see how many I've got. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. So we have 4. So the 4 people have a chance to win these this week. So they're the ones that I'll be giving away. So I'll ask the question in a little while, and yeah. So you'll be getting one of those lovely little pouches to use for your coins. Alrighty, so this week you might be wondering what I'm going to be working on. Well, I actually picked it out this week, so I was a little bit biased because I know what my time schedule is like. And basically I've decided that I was going to dive not into my handbag UFO or my just bits and pieces UFO box, but into my quilting box. I have a box underneath my long arm machine, which you can just see up there. Excuse the mess, everybody, but yeah, we've got stuff going on everywhere at the moment. So my long arm machine up there has a big box under it, and it has all my unfinished quilt tops in it. So I'm keeping it super simple. I'm just picked a small one, and it's this cute little one, which is actually little buttons. It's just a little mini quilt. I do have many big quilts up there, but I just thought a little mini quilt would be great. I can do that up and then it'll be done. I will have to find out where this pattern is, because for the life of me I can't remember who is the designer of it, because this has been sitting there for quite some time. And that's what got me thinking about how terrible I am at actually finishing my quilt tops and stuff like that. Basically because I'm quilting for everybody else. So yeah, so basically I do a quilt top because I want to try the quilt, and then I just throw it into my quilt box underneath the long arm machine and think, oh, I'll get to that once I've got a bit of a gap in the quilting queue. That never happens, because then I'll add things in like, creating on YouTube and sewing retreats. So I never get to any of my stuff. So that's what I'm going to do this week. I'm going to get that done, and that'll be up on the wall. I'm not sure what colour bind I'm going to put on it. I'm thinking green, actually. There's a lot of green in that. I've got a nice green up there that's got little apples on it, which will look cute. And this is just little buttons. Oh, I know who did it. Cluck Cluck Sew is the person that created this pattern. She has a website or a blog. It's called Cluck Cluck Sew. And I think it's in a ebook. And I think there's 5 or 6, maybe 8 different mini quilts in it. So you can head over to her website. I'm not affiliated with her or anything like that. I don't have a discount code for you or anything. This is just something that I've pulled out. But I think it was like $8 or something like that.
I'm just looking now.
Yeah, Beck's going to have a look now and she'll find it. But it's Cluck Cluck Sew, and it was an ebook. I'm not, because it was quite a few years ago. So that's what I'm going to be working on this week. I'm thinking that I might just stipple it. I'm not too sure on that. What do you think, ladies? What do you think I should do? Okay, so Trina's saying red binding would be stunning. Yes, it would, because it has like I'm torn between red and green. I thought red at first, but just about all my stuff has red bindings on it when I look around. Like, I've got quite a few things that have red bindings on it. So yeah, I'm not too sure. I'll play it by ear. I might actually put it to a viewer's choice. I'll pick out some fabrics and we'll put it to a viewer's choice during the week on Facebook and over on Stitch Talk. So yeah, I might let you guys decide which binding I'm going to put on, like we did with this one here.
That's a good idea.
Alrighty, so that's what I'm going to be working on. I've got the Finish It Fridays done, so I'm going to get them out of the way before they end up everywhere. And we'll be moving on to some channel news now. So this morning, the Macrame scissor minder holder, key ring, keychain, whatever you call it in your part of the world, went up, and Elizabeth Sawyer received a kit in the mail yesterday. I assume she got it yesterday because I was locked out of Facebook yesterday because the world was ending. You know, no Facebook and no Instagram. And Beck's cracking up in the background. So, yeah, so I didn't see any of the posts until this morning. So I assumed that she got her kit yesterday, and she put up there, and I'm like, oh, yeah, cool, the little macrame keychain's gone up. And about half an hour later, she was back sharing pictures over on Facebook there. She's already done it. So that's how simple it is. We've had some good comments already from the video, which only went up a couple of hours ago, about 3 or 4 hours ago now. A few comments saying that they... Andra was saying she was freaking out over Instagram. Well, I tried to get on Facebook yesterday morning, which really interfered with the topic of the week. Nothing went up yesterday, and nothing's gone up this morning because I was running behind schedule. And yeah, and I'm on trying to post, and I was trying to get into messages because people had sent me messages, and yeah, I couldn't get on. And then I went over to Instagram, and it was the same thing. And because they're owned by Facebook, but they're the same company, I just figured, you know, hit Google, put in Google, yep, sure enough, there was an outage. So I just didn't worry about social media yesterday, and periodically sort of check to see what was going on. But this has gone up. The macrame tutorial has gone up, and as I said, Elizabeth Sawyer, Liz, you are one speedy chicka babe. Oh. You got that up so quickly. I fell off my chair. So we've had a few good comments. A few people have said that they've tried it in the past. They liked how I explained it. They liked that Elizabeth said that it was good because I actually went really slow in the video, and you could actually clearly see each step. It's just a basic, not this one, so it's nothing too strenuous. Yeah, I agree, Andra. Liz does amazing work, and so it's nice and easy to do. You'll be able to whip these up, and for those ladies that do crafty charity fairs and stuff, like around Christmas time and stuff like that, where you like, I know that Biz makes throughout the year, and then she has a charity sale at the end of the year. These are perfect. They take no time at all. They're super cheap to make, but they're quite effective. And if you grab, you know, off Amazon or something like that, grab a little pair of scissors. I mean, they don't have to be this extravagant. If Beck just passed me hers, I can show you just these little scissors here. I think they were like $2 at a cheap shop. So if you added a little pair of scissors on there, you know, someone could buy that for, you know, $8 to $10, and you know, that's a nice little gift. And you'll find that a lot of your sewing friends will actually like them. If you're chasing these antique scissors to add to yours, we do have them in our website. And if you join our website, become a member, you actually automatically get a 10% discount on those as well. And if the shipping price is sort of, it can be a little bit expensive for overseas, but if it doesn't cost that much to send your item to you, you actually get a refund. So just be aware of that if you are purchasing from overseas. If the website has charged you, because I can only put in a dollar amount, if it's charged you too much, then just let me know, and I will make sure that I chase that up. And I'm pretty good with that anyway. Beck and I monitor that quite frequently to make sure that everybody's getting their postage return. It's just the way the website works, and I can't really do much about it. I have to have a price there, and yeah, so each item, sometimes, like for instance yesterday, I had someone here in Australia. They brought some zipper charms off us, and because her item a price for the postage, and this was on my Etsy store, basically it charged them $16. It was like $3 to send it to them. So I've refunded the difference, and they're happy, and I'm happier because I feel more, you know, it's justifiable $3, not $16. I don't pocket from that. So just be aware of that. If you do buy from our website or our Etsy store, we do refund your overcharges for anything that you purchase. So Beck was going to say something then?
No, sorry.
Okay. She looked like she was going to...
I had a moment.
She had a moment, okay.
Sorry.
Beck's not in front of the camera again this week. She's just over there drinking a coffee, typing frantically. She's all good though. She's a lot better this week. You can actually hear her talk.
Better.
Alrighty, so yeah, that's gone up, and the block of the month went up as well. So I've seen that a few people sent me messages telling me there was some the wrong one. Sorry, that's the wrong one. Can you pass me the fan? Picked up the wrong one. Aha, you got a sneak peek of what the blocks look like.
Where? What?
It's there in the pile.
Top one?
No, the fan one. It's block 3. That's it. Yeah. Alright. Alright, so there's your sneak peek of next month's block. And this is the one that we just done. So, yeah, so I'm hoping to see a few of you do this, and the link, if you don't know about our block of the month, there's a link down below for this block as well, and as well as for the macrame tutorial that went up today. So this is our block. It's called Cool Fan. It's got a few different, it's broken up into 4 pieces, so it's pretty simple to do. Yeah, so if you've not tried paper piecing on a more difficult block, give this one a go. It's not super hard. It's just more pieces to it. The only thing I can say, I just wanted to talk a little bit about it, was be careful with your angles. If you're cutting rectangles and stuff like that, make them a little bit bigger, because your angles do trip you up sometimes. So just be aware of that you will need a bigger piece, because when you flip it over, you can end up being a little bit short in the colour, or a little bit short in the seam allowance. So basically, just be aware of that when you're working with angles. They can be a little bit tricky. They have tricked Beck up a couple of times, and Beck's an absolute beginner on foundation paper piecing, and she's helped me make some of these blocks, and she has got tripped up on some of the angles. So just be aware of that. But give it a go. It is a super easy block to do, even though it does look like there's a lot of work in there. There's not really. Okay, so give it.
Once I started.
Yeah, give it a go. It is a super easy one to do. Alrighty, now there were issues yesterday for some of you that sent me through messages on email and Facebook Messenger, the ones that I did get. Thank you very much for letting me know that there's an issue. There was an internal issue with the website, and links disappeared, and it was sent to block 2 for some reason. They were super quick about it. When I sent them a message, they told me that they would get it done as soon as possible, and it was done within 30 minutes. So to me, that was fairly quick, because I can imagine they probably had more dilemmas, but it seemed to just be the gremlins were in the in cyberspace yesterday and causing havoc everywhere by the looks of it. So we got it fixed. I've checked them again this morning, and they are working. So if you were trying to download them yesterday and you were having problems, they're all working now, so you can head over to the blog, and they're all there for you. So that's all good to go. And I do apologize for that. I was unaware of it, and of course it all happens while I'm sleeping, hence that no good can come from sleeping, Beck. No good can come from it. Everything goes wrong when I'm sleeping. So, and you know, I get up as early as I can to answer everybody's questions from the US and UK and other places around the world. So but I do need to sleep, and unfortunately this is when things happen while I'm sleeping.
That seems to be the way.
All right, so we are going to talk a little bit about our May retreat that's coming up. So as you know, we've sold out our March retreat, and that's happening in 2 weeks from today. It is 2 weeks from today. Yes, 2 weeks from today.
2 weeks.
Yep, cool. I'm still with it. It's 2 weeks from today, so that's all good. All right, so a lot of people have been asking me, because we started selling our tickets for our May retreat at the end of May, and a lot of people have been asking me what we're doing. So the mini quilt hadn't been decided, and we discussed this last week that Beck and I had been procrastinating and hadn't picked anything. So anyway, we had a powwow on Wednesday, and we decided that that's it. No more sleeping for me. That's exactly right.
I'll do the sleeping.
Apparently I took Facebook down and Instagram. Awesome! Woo! Alrighty. So, alright, I will put that. I'll put that in my memos not to sleep anymore because I take out the social media world. Awesome. Alrighty, so we had been procrastinating on what we were going to do. So I know that a couple of the ladies that are coming to the retreat were very keen to know what we were doing for the mini quilt, and also we've had a lot of people asking about retreats and stuff like that. And yes, Benita, I do have that question a little bit later on. I'm going to talk about that and how we combat traveling with our sewing machines and all the rest of it. I have actually got it in the schedule today, so I will be on that soon. Alrighty, so the bag is this one. Okay, it is called the Adventurer bag. We decided that we are theming the retreat as a Monica Pool retreat. So this is the bag that we're making. Okay, it is a adventure. It's called the Adventurer bag. All right, it is a backpack, but it also becomes a shoulder bag as well. Now, a few people have also asked me about what I'm supplying. Now, I cannot get hold of this fabric that's in the picture. That's no longer, I can't get that. So I actually have some of that fabric. I'm going to do a sample in that fabric, and I'm also getting Beck to do a sample in quilting cotton. And I'm also getting Savannah to do something in canvas, because she's more she's a little bit more advanced than what Beck is, because Savannah, as you know, is my 14-year-old daughter, and she has been sewing since she was 4 years old, and she often helps me with a lot of bags and stuff like that. So she is going to do the more heavy duty stuff. We're going to do it on different machines to see what machines can handle it, because it does have foam in it. And I know that my Singer can handle it and my vintage machine can handle it, but we're going to use a little bit of a lesser machine, because some ladies like to bring a cheaper machine to the retreats because they're traveling and stuff like that. So that's what the bag looks like when it's a backpack. This is what it looks like when it's a shoulder bag, and this is what it looks like inside. Now, for those that can't join us here in Australia for a retreat, because I know that it's very expensive to travel, we do have these listed over on our website. We've only got 2 left in stock at the moment, and I'm waiting for some more to come. If you want me to order you one in and send it to you, please just leave a comment down below, or in the if you're watching the replay, in the comments down below. If you're watching live now, put it into the comments, and I can make sure that I set them aside, and then I'll just, excuse me, I've got the hiccups for some reason this morning. I can just contact you when they come in, and then we can do a PayPal transaction or whatever. So they are actually they are $17.50 Australian. So for America, it's a lot cheaper than that. I'm not sure what the Canadian turnaround is. Biz is all experts on Canadian dollars, and she'll be able to help us with that. But yeah, they're $17.50, and it comes with everything. But that's the bag that we're making. Okay, and then we decided that we're actually going to turn it, as I said, to a Monica Pool, and we're actually going to do it Australiana theme. So we have all these little applique patterns here in our store, and I'll just pull one out to show you. Now, Monica Pool is an Australian designer, and she actually has done all these in batiks, and I'll show you the picture. So this is the Kookaburra one, okay, and these are all the patterns that are available so far, and there have been a couple more that have been released. Unfortunately, I don't actually have those patterns in stock at the moment. They should be here. When did we talk about this? Wednesday?
Wednesday, yes.
Yeah, they should be here probably. They usually take about 14 days to get to me. So when they come in, I'll show you what they look like. But there is a galah, and there is also a
cockatoo.
Yeah, there's a cockatoo, galah, and a possum,
and a frog.
And a frog, a green tree frog. Okay, so that's what we're going to be doing. Okay, you don't have to do them in batik. I'm actually sourcing some fat quarter packs because these are only small. They are 40 centimeters by 50 centimeters, which is about 16 by 20 inches. Okay, so they're the different ones that we're doing. And as you can see, there's lots of little different ones there. That's the best way to show you. We've got a wombat, we've got a crocodile. This one here's an echidna. This one's an emu. Obviously kangaroo and koala. This is a platypus for those that don't know what that weird looking animal is. It's like a Heinz variety. A bit of this and a bit of that. It's got a duck bill. It's got web feet. So yeah, I don't think it knows what it is. But and this is a frill neck lizard, and of course our iconic kookaburra. So they're the ones that we're doing. Again, these are all on our website. These are $13 plus postage. Yeah, it's a kookaburra, not a toucan. Yeah, so that's a kookaburra. Okay. Yeah, so there's that one there, and then with the koala, the kangaroo, and the emu, you can see here she's also done them in a Christmas theme as well. Okay, so they're the ones that we've got. We've got them all on our website. So for those ladies and gentlemen that are coming to the May retreat, that's what we're going to do. And that's right, Biz, he does. He sits. The kookaburra sits in the old gum tree. And I'm not going to sing for you because I can't sing. Not happening. I want you to come back. I don't want to repel anybody. But yeah, that's what we're doing at the retreat. Night, Ellen. Ellen's having problems with her internet. So good night, Ellen. If you see this, catch it on the replay, hun. Yeah. Sorry that you're having issues with your internet. But hopefully we'll see you on the replay. Don't forget to come back and have a look at the competition as well, hun, so you can be in the running for that as well. Alrighty, so for those that are coming to the May retreat, that's what we're doing. We will start putting up all the requirements and everything after the March retreat. So this one's going to be a good one. It's all applique and it's done by machine. You don't have to do it by hand. You get all your templates in it. Yeah, so it's going to be a nice, good one. And you'll probably be able to get one or two of them done at a retreat quite easily. So that was our retreat news, and just so we've had so many questions in the last week and a half of what was happening and all that sort of stuff. So now Breck and I have stopped procrastinating. We know what we're doing and we can get stuck into the samples. As I said, I am trying to chase up some fat quarter packs of batik, so they will be available at the retreat or prior to the retreat for purchase. Takes a little bit of chasing around here, so we'll get them in and we'll have them for you. I can't give you a price of what they're going to be because it all depends what supplier I get them from, but I always hunt for ones that I know that are affordable that I would buy. Alrighty, so that's that out of the way. As I said, if anybody wants to buy any of these, they are listed over on our website. The bag is, we do have more stock coming. And basically, if you want me to put a bag away for you, just leave a comment in the comments now or on the replay, leave it underneath, and I will contact you when they come in, and then we can sort out all that sort of stuff. Alrighty, so that's about it for YouTube news and channel news and retreat news. We've got all that sorted out. As I said, the macrame one went up today, and then that will be on the 15th of each month. I am still sourcing. I still haven't nutted down a good supplier at this point that's locally, so I'm looking at affiliate links at this point for everybody to get their supplies, and I'm just waiting for some stuff to come in from overseas from a supplier just to see what the quality's like. Like, the pictures look great and all the rest of it, but I want to touch, I want to feel what it's like and what the quality's like, because I don't want to refer you to someone that doesn't have great products, because there are some pretty dodgy products out there, as we've all been tripped up by that sort of stuff. So the 15th of April is a Monday next month, so that's when the next one goes up, and we will be working on another knot. We'll be working on the half square knot and a couple of other knots in the project. And yeah, basically I think you'll like it. It's a nice simple one again. I am gearing all of the macrame tutorials to be able to be done sitting down, because I do have a couple of lovelies that join us each week, and in the groups that do have some issues with standing for long periods of time. So everything that I'm doing, I'm trying to do as a sit down tutorial, and I have been talking to Beck about another tutorial that I'm going to do for that, and that is for a stand. So when you can sit down in your office chair that goes up and down, and it'll be a stand that you can just lean forward slightly, or you can adjust it. But I have to rope my husband in to help me make that one. So and he's a little bit busy at the moment, so I haven't asked him. So yeah, so there's some of the things that we've got planned out for it. Now I've got a question for you guys. I've actually got a couple of questions for you guys today. Now, I have got these going up once a month. Would you prefer to have them a little bit quicker, or would you prefer to space them out over a month so it gives you time to practice each knot that we've done? So if you can leave me a comment, if you're watching on the replay, leave it down below. And if you're watching us live now, if you could leave us a comment over in the live chat, that'd be awesome, because as a channel creator, I need to know this feedback. Like, am I going too slow? Would you prefer them spaced out? I personally prefer them spaced out, because that gives me time to, I mean, I know how to do them, but if I was learning it, I would rather have it spaced out. But I want to put it to you. Yeah, Beck's saying she prefers them spaced out. Trina and Andra are saying spaced out. So you're happy with once a month? That gives you time, and I figured that that's not going to overwhelm you, like with you getting it all in, like, say 2 months, like I do one a week or one a fortnight. It'd be just too much, I think. But I really do want your opinion, and as I said, either on the live chat now comment or on the replay. And if you're undecided, have a think about it. If you've not seen the tutorial and how I'm going to do them, just let me know, because you know, you might not have done macrame before, and I know that Carol sent me a message this morning, and she said she's tried it in the past and she's always got sort of tangled up and all that sort of stuff. So if you're not really good with knots and stuff like that, I guess that it would be a little bit daunting to do it. But go over, have a look, and then give me an opinion a bit later. Yeah, and that's right, and it does. It gives you time to collect and everything like that. Now, the video that went up today, I actually have, I've left a link up there for the wall hanging that I was wanting to do, which I will just grab. So I'm leaning towards doing this as our wall hanging. So I've left a link there for that to there, and this is a couple of months down the track. So you know, like, I want you to learn the basic knots and everything first before we tackle something like this, because this one is going to it is a big one, this one. Okay, so this is definitely a wall hanging, and so I've left a link there for that, but I've also left a link there for you to get spools of macrame rope. Now, each one that I do might have a different size macrame rope in it, and so basically under each, it's actually not that complicated. The knots that I'm teaching you today, the one that went up today, that's mostly that knot, and there's a couple of other ones in there, like there's the lark heads knot, and then there's a gathering knot and stuff like that, and I'm going to show you how to do them. So each month, the project that I like, this one was just a quick key ring. For those that are just joining us late, that's the key ring. That's keychain key ring, scissor minder. That's what's gone up to date. That's your square knot. And the knot that I finish it with is called a gathering knot. Now, a lot of people, when they do them, they actually have a separate strand. I actually used so we weren't cutting more. I actually used one of the strands, the shortest one, brought it up and then done it. So yeah, so that's what I'm sort of trying to gear it towards. So you actually get to the end and you're able to do something like this wall hanging. So I've got a link there for you. This is a good quality one. They've got the dowel, you've got all the strands that you need and everything like that, and that's where we're going to work towards. We've also got another one that I did on the weekend that Beck wants to steal. Do you want to go grab it?
Yes, I will go grab it.
So next month we're looking at doing the half square knot, and I've got a project in for that. and incorporating the 2 knots, we've got other projects that we're going to do. So basically you're going to slowly progress until we get to this larger wall hanging, and then I will show you all different ones. I'm really excited about this series because it's been a long time since I've done it, and as you can see, Beck has just grabbed the one. This is the one I did on the weekend. So this is the Tree of Life. I shared that in our topic of the week when we did macrame, and this will be something that you will be working towards. So this is definitely going to be one of our projects. I'm just writing up the pattern for it because I sort of did it off the top of my head and all the rest of it, but it's nothing complicated. It's pretty much just the 1 knot, and it's got a metal hoop and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, so this is what you'll be working towards. We're looking at doing feathers and all sorts of stuff. Now, I did this from woe to go. I started it and it took me 6 hours to do, okay, with a couple of interruptions. So it took me about 6 hours to do, not doing it super speedy or anything like that. So basically, yeah, you'll be able to do, and I promise, doing this course, you will end up doing something like this, okay? And you will be able to put what you've learned into projects that you want to do and create your own projects. So I show you how to wrap everything. I'll show you how to make the roots of the tree, and then I even show you how to do the tasseling down here. And to answer Nikki's question that I seen pop up just before, I pretty much only use 3-stranded cotton macrame rope. So I'll just grab a kit. I don't know where all my strands are. Okay, so the kits that I've got, and I'll show you a bit closer. So you can see here, this is what, I'll just get it to focus. It's going to focus for me. No. Okay, there we go. So you can see there, by definition, macrame cord is a 3-stranded rope. Okay, so if I was to untwine this, and you can use embroidery floss, you can use leather, you can use hemp, you can use all sorts of stuff. But see, there's only 3 strands to the rope. Okay, and that by definition a macrame rope, and this is what I was taught when I was at school. The lady that did it, she used to do it for a living. She used to teach classes and stuff like that, and workshops and everything. But by definition a macrame rope is a 3-stranded rope when you're using cotton or hemp or any natural fiber. Leather, well, that's usually just a strand. But you can use 3 strands of leather to create the 3-stranded rope. So that was what I was taught, and that's what I'm teaching you guys. And I have got Amazon links underneath each video and all that sort of stuff. I was going to do an introduction video, and I still may do that, just explaining the different ropes and everything like that, and where to find them and all that sort of stuff. Macrame is very popular at the moment. It is starting to get some legs, so there is more and more product popping up, so you'll be able to see that. And Nikki, if you're concerned, just we have these kits exactly to make that the keychain one. That will make you one of those. They're $6.95 Australian over in our on our website, and I think Bex put the link up. Yeah, the link is in the live chat, and you can access those links and everything afterwards. They'll be underneath the video as well. So we have them for $6.95. You get everything that you need to make your key minder. And as we progress through the course, I'll show you how to add beads to things and how to secure them and stuff like that. I've been looking at a few other people that do it, like old school people that do it. And there's some newer people that are starting to do it as well. Not judging anybody, but there are a few fin techniques that could be a little bit better. So I'm going to go through when we add beads on, how to finish it, secure it, so it's not just bopping up and down. Okay, now Patsy, this kit doesn't come with instructions per se. There's a video that goes with it. Okay, so we actually have the video. It's gone up today at 6 o'clock this morning our time, Patsy, because I know you're in Queensland. it's just on our channel, so if you click on that, it'll show you step by step how to go. One of the lovely ladies that received one of these free kits, she actually has already made it. So yes, that is also one of my classes too that I'll be doing for you, Benita, is how to dye it. We'll be doing dip dye, and cotton works perfectly for dip dyeing. So that will be a video that Beck is actually going to, and Beck's only just learning about it right now, because that was our that was part of our meeting, because we have a meeting after each live, and we sit down and nut out things that we're doing, what we're changing up, what we need to do, what we need to bring in, what supplies we need to get, and all that sort of stuff. So we are doing a dip dyeing one. It'll be a little bit later down the track. Beck actually has to help me film that, because we've got to do that outside, and we're going to be probably doing it on an overcast day, so it's not so bright for you guys when you're filming, because we're working with white cord, and yeah, it could be quite glary for you. So we're going to wait for an overcast day. I also spoke to my daughter about it, and she's very keen to help me with that as well. So you'll end up seeing a family video. So yeah, we'll be doing some dip dyeing, and I'll show you some other techniques of how to integrate your embroidery floss or metallic threads and stuff like that throughout it. So it is going to be just once a month, and we're just going to do things slowly. And I've probably talked a little bit more about the macrame than I wanted to, but there's some of the things that you can look forward to with this new mini course. So by the end of it, my goal is to basically make sure that you guys can do it. And I know that some of you go and do quilt guilds and all that sort of stuff, and even do some teaching at local little, I'm not sure what you call them, but like little community centers and stuff like that. I'm hoping that by the end of this course, you guys will be able to do this. Now, a disclaimer, I am not qualified instructor. I can't give you a certificate at the end of it or anything like that. I am basically self-taught, apart from the little tutorials that I've done with other people in classes and stuff like that. But I do know my stuff. I have done this for a long time. I haven't done it recently, but I have done it over the years and dabbled with it. I have taught my children, and now I want to teach you how to do it. And my hope is that you have enough confidence by the end of it to go and share this with people, because it is quite therapeutic. It is very repetitive, and you do sort of get into the zone, and ideas come and the creativity flows, and you'll be able to, before you know it, you'll be making your own patterns. And that's my hope for you guys. Yes, Benita, we can make you can make your own certificate. Don't forget to freight me one. No, look, at the end of the day, if you follow along, you're going to learn the basic notes. I have I looked on the internet and all the rest of it. There is a lot of stuff out there. Yeah, so thanks a lot, Nikki. She goes, I wasn't excited about the macrame, but now she is. I'm glad you are. Like, it is a really, really therapeutic craft, and it's one that's been around for a long time, and I'm just hoping that we can show you all the modern twists and all the rest of it. I
just read Biz's comment.
What'd she say?
Is anyone certified in macrame? I thought you just needed to know or be a hippie.
Yes. Love it, Biz. Yeah, that I'm a hippie. My mother was a hippie, and while I look, you know, all done up and all the rest of it, at my core, I'm a bit of a hippie. So yeah, the only thing I don't partake in is all the smoking stuff. I'm not into the psychedelic stuff or anything like that. So yeah, yeah, a lot. Like, it's been around for a long time, Nikki, and it had a bit of a resurgence. A resurgence in the 70s, and it sort of died off again into the 80s, and it seems to be coming back again, you know. So once what Andra's laughing as well. That was an awesome comment. Oh my goodness. But yeah, it's super easy, and I hope that you all join in the fun of it, and you know, basically, as I said, I I don't smoke either. I am a hippie and a health nut. Yeah, I'm the same. So yeah, so basically that's what I hope, that by the end of it that you guys will be confident enough to go off and teach your friends about it and all that sort of stuff. And while we're talking about teaching and stuff like that, if you've got any questions or I didn't explain something quite right, because it is hard when you know how to do a craft to go back to that beginner, like the grassroots of the craft, and that's, I'm hoping that's what came across. Now Beck always looks at my videos before they go live, because I say to her, you know, I need a fresh set of eyes. I need someone that is a beginner, because I know how to do this stuff. And you know, like in the video, not to point out my flaws or anything, apparently I don't know the difference between a number and a letter. So there's a little bit of a whoopsie in there, but yeah, it just shows you that my things aren't script. This is stuff that I do know. Yeah, so if you've got any questions, we have the email, which is askme.dds@gmail.com. Definitely send me a message there, or you can catch me in the Facebook group all the time. You can also send me private messages on Facebook as well. I respond to those. I know that a lot of you ladies are actually on my friends list, so you do that. And then once I've connected you with in Messenger, we can always connect then. Anything else that you've got questions about, by all means send messages, because I'm always happy to help. If you're not comfortable in asking something in the public forum, please do send me, as I said, send me a message. If not, you can just leave a comment underneath this video or underneath the macrame or any other video that we've got. Beck and I always go in and check, and if I haven't seen it, Beck will possibly see it, and basically she'll come back and she'll send me a message. You go, hey, there's a question for you, and I always try to get back to them. But as I said in the past, just be aware we are an Australian channel, and basically some of you guys ask questions and it might be 4 or 5 hours till I get back to you, because you've asked them in the middle of the night, and as I said, you know, no good can come of sleeping, because everything happens while I'm sleeping. So yeah, so that's some of the things that you've got to look forward to in the macrame stuff. And I hope that I've noticed that a few of you have put up there that you weren't very excited about it, but you are now, because we're going to be doing a lot of different techniques. And yeah, so basically, thanks Benita, I appreciate that. Thank you, Biz. Thank you. Yeah, a few people, a lady's already said that it was quite clear. Elizabeth said it was very clear. She'd never done it before and she found it very clear. So I do try to do it as best as I can. But as I said, when you do a craft all the time, it just becomes sort of second nature to you, and you forget what it's like to be a beginner. But I never judge anybody, and you know, and that's what I want. I want everybody that's never done something to get in and have a go, because you just never know. You might just absolutely love it and you've found another passion. Alrighty, so enough about all that. Block of the month is all going well. Alrighty, so this week I have to say a big thank you to Biz this week, who is joining us now. And for those that don't know, Biz and I met each other through the Crafty Gemini Quilt Club. And Patsy, you definitely will be able to teach your granddaughter. Your granddaughter will even be able to watch the videos as well with you, and you can both do it together, which is a great thing to do with your grandkids. It's awesome. And she'll be able to take that and she'll be able to do friendship bracelets, because basically macrame is the basis of friendship bracelets. That's sort of where it started from. So yeah, it's a great one to do with kids. My kids loved it when I showed them how to do it, and I only showed them 3 knots. I showed them the lark's head knot, which is how you attach it to your ring or your driftwood or anything like that, and I showed them the square knot and the half square knot, so they know how to do twists in the basic one, and then they just ran with it from there. And then I showed them a couple of, like an overhand knot and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, don't worry, Benita, I understand all that typing, because I type like that too. Just ask Beck. Yeah, she'll tell you.
Yes, definitely.
I always send her cryptic messages. She's got to decipher them.
It's our secret code.
Well, alrighty. So yeah, I just want to say thank you to Biz and for everybody else that's been getting involved with our topic of the week. It's been amazing. Like, Biz, that work that you showed us was absolutely amazing to see your take on it and how you do it and all that sort of stuff. And that the one that you put up, I think it was this morning it went up. Well, that's when I seen it. And that was bobbin work. So that was really good. Like when you said bobbin work, I've actually done that before because I've done it with like quilting and stuff like that. But it was great because you were able to explain to Elizabeth, who didn't know what it actually was. So that was awesome that you got involved with the topic of the month. And I hope that everybody else starts to get involved with it as well. And I hope that you're really enjoying it. If you've got a topic that you'd like us to cover, let us know. And if you know information about it, you can always send it to me because I might not know about it. So we had Sashiko for last week, and that's what Biz showed us. And if you're over in our Facebook group, go and have a look. It's there. It's a video, and she explains what it is, and she explains the difference between what the sashiko is and all that sort of stuff and what it's used for. A lot of stuff didn't go up this week because there was the Facebook internet glitch. So I'll probably I've got a couple other things that I want to show you as well. So I'll probably do a couple of more of those over the weekend. Even though we're going into a new topic, I'll still share some of those over on the weekend. And then coming Monday, I'll start doing the new one again. So, yeah, it is a different way of doing things, Benita, the bobbin work. It's very interesting in how you do it. There's also, I'm trying to think, there's another lady that I've seen around the traps that she does a lot of it. I'll have to find it and I'll share it over in the group. But, yeah, I was really excited about the sashiko, and I found this awesome channel here on YouTube. And just bear in mind that his English is his second language, and this is what he does. I'm just looking for my notes on it. His channel's called sashi.co. Okay, so it's sashi.co. Now, there are some stuff that he does that is in Japanese, but most of his stuff is in English, but his first language is obviously Japanese. So sometimes he gets tripped up on his words and all the rest of it, but you get the general gist of what he's talking about. Now, put the link up. Yeah, Bex just put the link up in the comments for his channel. He's only got about 3,000 subscribers, so I'm assuming he's relatively new to YouTube. So maybe go over and have a look at some of his stuff. I believe he is based in New York, I believe, and he's also got a blog. His blog is all written in English, so you can understand all of it, and it's a great resource. If you don't know about sashiko, he's got a lot of stuff on there, and you will learn so much. I'm still reading through articles. Like, I've learned a lot about it as well. So for those that don't know what sashiko is a method of stitching, and it was used for mending back in the ancient days of Japan, and it's still used in that technique today. And it was used by basically by the lower class of people to mend all their to give new life, basically, in a layman's term, to give new life to the garment. So say they had a jacket and it got a hole, then they would take some cloth that they had saved because it was so expensive for cloth and all that sort of stuff, and then they would use the stitching of sashiko on it, which then would create what they call borrow. And I think that's how you pronounce it, and that's sort of how he pronounced it as well. So basically, the more and borrow means literally means tattered rag or tattered cloth. So basically, they would put the cloth on and they would keep mending it. So that's where you see all the patchworking style of it, and they would just use the indigo cloth and stuff like that. So his blog is amazing. I think it's called Upcycle Stitches. I haven't got that link for you, but I will find it and put it down the video below.
I'll put it.
And Beck's onto it. She's finding it now because I just throw things out for her to find, and she's frantically looking for it, which is great. So she'll put the link up down there. Go and have a look at some of his stuff and what he does. I believe he also teaches workshops and all that sort of stuff. Not affiliated with him, just someone who I found this week and thought he was absolutely fabulous. He's just so cute. He's very knowledgeable about what he does. He does with some of the, he does tell the story of sashiko and borrow, and he does read from a script, so it is understandable. And I did learn a lot from him this week, so go over and have a look. So for coming from the sashiko that we looked at this week, we're moving into tatting this week. And that's sort of it been a little bit inspired by the macrame because it's using knots and it's lace work. And some of the things that I don't know a great deal about tatting. I do know that I have met a few people that have done it and that they do it a lot, and it's doing their lace work and stuff like that. So I had a little bit of a look this week, and it's been around for about 2,000 years. It basically started with fishermen with their they used it to make their nets and stuff like that, and they had like what they call a shuttle, and they used large ones, and then basically they've passed this knowledge on, and weavers have picked it up, and then they've reduced the size of the shuttle. And the shuttle that is where the yarn is wrapped onto, and that, excuse me, is what it gets moved. Some people call it bobbins, spools, different things that I found over the week that it gets called. So that's what we're going to look at this week. As I said, it's been around for about 2,000 years. Eventually it was passed down to weavers. The weavers picked it up. They started to use the finer threads and then created the lace work, which then become very popular with royalty, and so it became a very popular and quite lucrative business in the European society. Like when there was a lot of royals and stuff like that, they used to adorn all their wear with it and stuff like that. Then basically children and maidens were taught how to do edging and stuff like that using the tatting method, and then that's what they it's basically Beck's onto it again. She's put up a definition of it and whatnot. Through the 19th century, just some of the little tidbits that I've got. In England, it was known as, the lace was called knotting. In France, it's called frivolette, I think that's how you pronounce it, and in America it's called tatting. So it goes by different names throughout the world. I didn't find any reference to it for here in Australia, so I'm assuming we've just taken on either knotting or tatting, because we tend to pick up whatever UK or America is doing. So here I know it as tatting. So basically by the 19th century, a lot of magazines such as Godey's and Harper's Bazaar included tatting patterns for people, so women could learn how to do it. And it's sort of just escalated from there, and it was used to Beck's looking up pictures of it now. I can tell by the facials that she's pushing, and she's like, oh wow. She's very animated in front of me, and it's making me laugh because I'm looking directly at her. So because my camera's right here and she's sitting right behind the camera. So yeah, they did it for making the lace for themselves because, money was tight or whatever the case may be. So they had a lot of patterns and stuff like that. So this week, that's what we're going to look into. I have already found a lot of tidbits and information and the history of it. And it looks like that, was it Benita that put up that she used to do tatting? Well, she's done it. Yep. So Benita's already started to put up some little tidbits down there as well. So yeah, have a look. When we put it up, I'll be putting it up over on Stitch Talk. I'll do Instagram as well as Facebook. So you'll be able to see all that sort of stuff. So it is there's some amazing work out there. And whenever I go to quilt shows, especially the one down here in Brisbane, they have a lot of different crafts through the quilt show. They have stalls and they have like guilds and stuff like that turn up. And there is a tatting place down in Brisbane that I'm actually considering going and looking them up, and just possibly going and doing a workshop and stuff like that. So yeah, I agree, Biz. Benita, you should post some samples of your work this week. I would love to see what you've done. I know there is a lady over on Stitch Talk at the moment. I think I can't think of her name. Someone Lace, I think her name is, and I think that's because that's what she does. It's not her actual name, but she was doing some tatting. She put some samples up, and I'm actually going to learn how to do it. And because it's so similar to the macrame, once I've learnt everything, I'll go down and see this guild down in Brisbane, try and track them down and go and maybe do some workshops and stuff like that. I'll bring my knowledge back and I'll share it with you guys that haven't done it before, and we'll just do something really basic, maybe a pair of earrings or maybe a necklace or something like that. So yeah, I'm hoping that a different craft will come out of this, and you got to stop doing that. Stop being so animated. Sorry. I'm like, what? What's wrong? So yeah, I'm hoping that I get right into it, because I like just looking at some of the stuff today and during the week when I was researching it a little bit. There's a lot of nice stuff there, and I'm really looking forward to it. So keep an eye out this week on all the socials for all the little tidbits that I put up. Now, for those that get a little bit confused by if it's my work or anything like that, I credit. If I can't find something with a name tagged on it, I'll credit to where I've got it from. A lot of the time I just do a Google search, and it's just from Google Images that I find it. There's no real links or anything to it. Or it goes to something in Russian that none of us can understand, because a lot of the stuff that I have found this week on tatting is in, I believe it's Russian. And a lot of, like Spanish, that area, Italy and stuff like that. So unless you're fluent in those languages, I don't worry about resourcing it, because I can't understand it myself. So I just put it, if I found it from Google, I put it from Google. If I found it from Pinterest, I found it from Pinterest. All right, so keep an eye out for that. And Benita, I think you need to get digging, or maybe do something small this week and you can show us what it looks like. Alrighty, so okay, so what was that? Sorry.
Looks like Benita needs to go and visit Mum and Dad.
Oh.
It's buried in the basement.
Alrighty, so it is giveaway time. Alright, so congratulations to Paula from last week. You won the Sashiko kit that I sent out for our topic of the week. Unfortunately, I don't have any tatting kits this week, ladies. I'm sorry, but this week's giveaway is I've got 14 of these little pouches that I had to do for the UFO. So it's in honor of our Finish It Fridays. We actually have the giveaways, and basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to eat like I do every week. I am actually going to get I'm just going to scroll it. I've got a touch screen computer. I'm going to scroll it right now, and I'm going to give 2 away right now. And the 2 I'm going to give away are the elephant one and the pink stripe one. Okay, so I'm just going to do a scroll, and whatever name it ends on, that's who's going. I'm going to do 2, so that's who's going to end up on. Alrighty, so just get me to refresh this, and then I'm going to scroll, and it scrolled, and the mouse stopped on Nikki Hurt. So, Nikki, you have won the little elephant pouch. So, I'll just get you to message me on Facebook, because that's probably easier for you. To message me on Facebook your address, and I can get that in the mail to you. And then the next one is, bear with me for a sec. I'll just line the mouse up where it's going to land. All right. And the next one is, woohoo, Biz. You've won this little one. All righty. So, ladies, Nikki and Biz, you are now out of the running for the competition, because you actually have won these. So this is yours, Nikki, and this one is yours, Biz. If you can message me on Facebook your addresses, ladies, I will get them in the mail for you this afternoon. And these 2 here, which will be open until 10 a.m. Tomorrow. So for those that are watching the replay, and all the ladies that are still here on the live today, okay, excluding Biz and Nikki Hurt, these are up for grabs for you guys, okay? They're just a simple coin purse. So the question that I have for you guys that didn't win just then is, apart from quilting and sewing, what other crafts do you enjoy? So that's what I want to know. For all those ladies that are going to catch me on the replay, and the ladies that didn't just win then, I would like to know, apart from quilting and sewing, what other crafts do you enjoy? I'm looking for some new crafts if I haven't got enough already, but I want to expand my knowledge, just like we did last week with the with all the shows. And there were some great shows there too, by the way, ladies. That was awesome. I've got some watching to do. So yeah, so basically, if you can leave a comment now, or if you're watching the replay, leave it in the comments below. That way I have been watching you make some cards, Andra. I was wondering if you were going to put that up there. So yeah, if anybody's over on Instagram, go and follow along with Andra. She posts in her story, and she also posts on Andra Makes. And basically, yeah, go and have a look at what the things that she does. She does some amazing work. You'll be very, very pleased with what you see over there. So leave your comments down below and or in the comments right now if you're watching live. And basically, yeah, that I really want to see what yous are all into apart from sewing and quilting, because we know that's why we're here. Alrighty, so now it's question time. Benita had a really good question during the week. She put it underneath the last week's video. And, excuse me. And it was in reference to, excuse me. And it was in reference to how to travel safely with your sewing machine when you're traveling long different distances, whether it be to a different state or whether you are traveling overseas or anything like that. So some of my tips for that is basically you get your sewing bags, your caddy bags. They're like a suitcase. You could put your sewing machine in it. You've usually got a Velcro strap that wraps around your machine. Wrap that around. But then what I do and I've suggested to other ladies that have been traveling interstate to my retreats, is actually get some cushions. They're generally light. And if they're filled with polyfill, they're quite light, but they actually absorb a lot of shock. So I've got little pillows about yay big. They're packed away at the moment because I haven't traveled for a long time, and they're right up in the back of the cupboard, and I needed a ladder. I couldn't get them out. But they're a rectangle cushion. They're about yay long, so about a foot long, 30 centimeters, and about 15 centimeters high. I just make them out of scrap fabric, and then I just stuff them with polyfill. And what I do is I have my needle wound down into the machine. I have my presser foot down in the down position. I put some sticky tape over the winding wheel to stop it from spinning while it's in the bag. And then I use these little cushions and I put them, so in the throat of the sewing machine, I put it in there. And then basically I just put it all around it. You can use blankets, you can use clothing, anything that's soft and will absorb some of the shock. And I know ladies that have traveled interstate to retreats and stuff like that, they've used these tips and have never had a problem. Flown on aircraft with them and all that sort of stuff. I always tell them to put something that says fragile on it. I know that, I don't know what it's like over in the United States or the UK, but I do know that ladies here in Australia that have travelled have used these techniques and have never had an issue. But the one thing I do recommend is that you actually put some tape. So packing tape or masking tape, any sort of tape. I tend not to use this sort of cello tape because that can leave a bit of a residue. And if that's all you've got, use it. And if you do get residue on your machine from the tape, use a little bit of eucalyptus oil or lavender oil. And that will remove that from your machine without damaging your machine at all. Because some of your other stuff can be quite abrasive. So I just use a little bit of essential oils, either eucalyptus or lavender, and that will remove. And oh, what's that called? Orange power, I think it's called.
Yeah, orange.
Goo be gone, all that sort of stuff. You can get to get rid of it. But I generally I have rolls of washi tape that stay in my travel bag, and I just use that, and it just stops the wheel from spinning, so your needle's not gonna go up and down. And then I just put a little bit of cloth over the or a bit of foam that you use from your bags, like what do you call it, like fusible foam that you use in your handbags and stuff like that. I put a piece of that over where all my buttons are, and that just stops any pressing of the buttons or any scratching or anything like that. And I just use a bit of washi tape to hold that on, or a little bit of, a little bit of scotch tape or something like that. And that is how I've recommended to people, and no one's ever had any problems. So I hope that answers your questions about the traveling. And and if you don't have pillows, just use your clothing. Use your bag for a multi-purpose. Just put all your clothing in there, your socks, your undies, your jackets, anything in there that's going to stop, and just pack it all around. And that takes the weight out of your bag anyway, so you're not going to go overweight or anything like that. And all my scissors and stuff like that, I generally, they have to go in underneath anyway, so I just put them in that bag, and then I get little padlocks and I lock all my bag up, and I know that you know, it's going to be a hassle for someone to get into that bag to get it. You can get hard cased bags. I have seen them where you can get them and they've got the Velcro in them. Then they're only meant for packing clothes and stuff like that. But I believe you can put a sewing machine into those because they're quite deep enough, and you use the Velcro and then again pack your clothes around it, and it's a hard case, so it's going to be harder for them to damage your sewing machine. So I hope that helps, Benita, with all your traveling that you might want to do. Clothing opens up room in the suitcase of fabric. That's exactly right. That is exactly, I like your thinking. Take the clothes out, put it in with a sewing machine, and pack that suitcase full of fabric. Good to go. Good to go. And then when you're coming back, you can just, you know, throw the clothes away. You don't need them. Just fill the sewing machine up full of fabric as well. Alrighty. Okay, so I had another interesting question. It was a little bit of a personal one again as well. This one was, Joanne asked, she goes, can you tell us how you came to be on YouTube and why? Well, that's really simple. I live in a remote area. It's quite a large area, but it's still quite remote, and we don't have a lot of access to classes and stuff like that. I was running classes and posting on my Facebook page, and people were wishing that they lived closer and stuff like that. This was going back a couple of years ago. Andra would know this, Nikki would know this. Most of this was happening while I was in the Crafty Gemini Quilt Club, and a lot of people were wishing that I lived closer to them. They'd come and do a class with me. And it sort of got me thinking, and my husband was nagging me to get on YouTube and all that sort of stuff. And then there was a lot of people that live out in a remote part of Australia. And if any of you have been to Australia, you know how remote Australia can be, especially if you've gone to the outback and places like that. So my thinking behind getting on YouTube was to bring classes to the masses, basically. So I started researching it a little bit and thought, yep, this will be a good time to get on. And basically that's why I started doing YouTube. I thought it would be a good way to bring our community together, to make sure that people that lived in remote areas had access to classes and stuff like that, so they could join in the fun. And then Andra and Sarah and a few other ladies sort of pushed me to, when I started the YouTube channel up, started to ask about what about lives and stuff like that. I started doing them, and then we had internet issues for quite some time, and then they've done upgrades and all the rest of it, and basically we have now decided that we're going to do the weekly lives, and we've been doing that ever since mid-January we started, I think it was. So we've been doing it ever since, and we're really enjoying it. I get a lot of lovely emails from ladies that send me messages saying thank you. They felt really part of it. They felt connected because they live in remote parts. I know that there's a few people way out Queensland way that don't get into town very often, and there's no quilt guilds and stuff like that where they are. There's no real crafting groups or anything. For a couple of the ladies that send me messages and stuff like that I know, they're a good couple of days away from a town and stuff like that. So every now and again when they've got some internet, they get on and they watch a video, and then they feel that like they're connecting with the rest of the world. And that predominantly is why I started doing YouTube, so I could connect with everybody. And as Biz is saying, it feels like a weekly sewing visit, and that's what I'm trying to put across, and I hope that that is coming across to you guys, because that is what my goal is, and that's what my channel is about, is doing many different crafts and enjoying the company of everybody. And I'm starting to really get to know a lot of you in the joining in the conversation down underneath the videos each week. I get to know you via email, through the groups and all that sort of stuff, and I do truly feel connected to all of you, and that's why this channel is about you guys. It's not about me. I'm just happy to do it for you. I'm happy that Beck's learning as well, and she's joined in the fun as well, and I'm just really excited to be here. So I'm hoping, Joanne, that answers your question of why I'm on YouTube. Do I want to make a little, part of the question was, do I want to make a little bit of money? Not necessarily. It'd be nice, but it's more about connecting with like-minded people and enjoying the company of someone and individuals that enjoy crafting as much as I do, because quite frankly, I bore my husband to tears with it. and I think he's really happy because now I found a global place to talk about crafting. So yeah, that's why I got on here. It's not about the money for me. It's a little bit because that'll pay for my hobby, but that's not the main goal. My main goal is to bring a community together of like-minded people, and I hope that that's what I achieve. So that's all the questions that I've had that have come in via email and through YouTube. So has anybody else got any questions about anything that we've talked about today? Did you notice, Beck, at all?
There was a comment made. It wasn't actually a question, but Trina said earlier on,
yep,
we should do sewing while watching as a challenge to ourselves to be more like Nicole.
Yes, get those UFOs out, ladies, and join us every Friday, and maybe you can get a little bit more done on the things that you're working on. I know that Katrina has just finished her hexagon flower quilt. She shared that over in the group and all the rest of it. So yeah, that's my challenge to you guys. Go, once we get off here after the live, go and check out some of the things that I've mentioned, especially go over and check out that Sashiko site that I was talking about. It's quite informative, but I challenge you to go to your UFO box, grab out a project and work on it. And next Friday, when I put the replay up in the Facebook group or over on Stitch Talk, leave us a comment. Tell us what you were doing. And, excuse me. And basically, yeah, let us know what you were doing and what you're going to be working on and what you're striving to be getting finished. And I mean, we sit here for an hour. That's or in this case today, an hour and 15 minutes. I didn't realize we'd gone over so long. But yeah, you know, get some hand sewing out. Sit at the sewing machine, put your tablet on and have a weekly sit and sew with us. And as we said, we have discussed this. I think we discussed that we are actually going to do some live sit and sews and sew alongs. And I'm thinking that with our first project will be a Bargello. So everybody was quite keen about that. And I'd like to make one. So yeah, it might... It might be a little bit hard while you're in bed, Biz. Yes, I agree. I challenge you tomorrow morning to get up and work on a UFO then. Yeah, so we are endeavouring to get onto our live studio sit and sews. We've discussed the time and all that sort of stuff and what we think will work well for people. We'll be doing it on a Saturday morning, hopefully. We're hoping to do that, or we may change it to a Friday morning, so that might be a Thursday night for you guys, but that's what we're trying to work on. The computer is on its in the progress of getting sorted and all that sort of stuff. We've already got all our cameras and everything, and yes, so basically, what was that? Sorry. I will watch. I'm watching at work, so typing. Okay, fair enough. UFOs in my lunch break. Yes, awesome. Everybody needs to do their UFOs. I have way too much. I have way too many. So yeah, basically that's my challenge for you guys this week. And I've also got a question for you guys. So this comes under question time. My question to you, lovely ladies, is, I just find where my question was. I actually want to know what sort of videos you guys would like to see. So Beck and I have been talking about it, and we've been nutting out different things, and you know, a few things come up here and there. So like the accordion pouch one and the macrame one come up, and the mini quilt one come up. But we would like to know what you guys want to see on the channel, because ultimately this channel is for you guys. It's not, it is for me and it is for Beck, but it's more about you guys that are watching. And so have a think about that and leave us a comment after the video, or now if you like, in the comments down below, and let us know what sort of videos you want to see me do for you guys. What is there something that you want to learn that you've been a little bit scared about learning or anything like that, and you would like my take on it? So if you leave those comments down below, I'll be happy to hear from them, and I will take down notes and have them there for when we have our meetings and all that sort of stuff. But that is the last question I have for today. And yeah, we're at the end of our video. We have gone 18 minutes over the hour. So I just want to say thank you everybody that has been on. Thank you very much for joining us today. My voice is about to go, and I'm going to see you all around the social medias. Don't forget, when I put the replay over in Facebook, post up a picture of the things that you're wanting to get finished this weekend. And I'm looking forward to seeing you all again next week. Thank you everybody that joined me today, and thank you very much for having such a great chat with us. We love seeing your comments, and we really appreciate it. Thank you for staying up past your bedtime, Biz. We appreciate that too. And we will see you all around the socials. So that's it for me and Beck this week. Have a great week, everybody, and we'll see you all again next week. Bye for now.